Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Wanted to wear my gray vest today, but I couldn't find it. The gray would have popped better with the blue. I couldn't find my gray vest. Babe, I couldn't find my gray vest. It's weird. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's talk about what we saw last night. So last night, I was bearish for Bitcoin because I said I wouldn't long unless we got back above 34,250, key resistance level. However, we did see a complex inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, right? I eventually, at the last minute, as I was going to bed, I said, you know what, I'm going to take a long. And I did long Bitcoin. It wasn't huge. I took a long, $200. I thought I had more leverage in there, but I did make 4%. I was really just experimenting with the fact that that divergence would play out, and it did. We'd get a little lower, but last night we were talking about how we would eventually go to the 200 SMA on the tiny time frame on the 7-minute. And this was the idea. Now, they had us, and they made another divergence there, and then eventually would push it to the upside. When the divergence got really strong right here, look at this. We got a very nice divergence there on the 5. That was the indication to long. I can't remember we were long. I believe, yeah, maybe we were live right there. Because then that was even a shoulder ahead, a shoulder in an invert. Look, that was, you know what's weird? I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Watch this. Do you see the fractal? As I don't show the screen. Screen, bro. So check it out. Last night we were looking at Bitcoin. I said I don't want to see it get back above 34,000. You know what it is? That on these mornings I got to rush because I got to bring my daughter to the piano, and I got all this crap stuff on my mind. Excuse me. Shoulder, head, and shoulder to the upside. It was an complex inverted head and shoulder. However, I was seeing a descending triangle right here, and we did start to break to the downside. However, I saw a really bullish divergence here on the 15-minute time frame. If you look at it right here, we started to kind of get a nice bullish divvy. And I'll show you what a bullish divergence is. I mean, look at the 5. The 15-minute had a beautiful uptrend, while price action had a downtrend. And that told us we were going to get a bounce. And ever since that divergence, we did get a bounce. So I played into that divergence last night. And lo and behold, we got to move to the upside, right? What was funny is this 7-minute inverted head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, 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 broke out too. So you had an inverted head and shoulder on the 7 with the divergence played out. Then you had little flags, then a falling wedge. Here you made a nice little flag. See that? I would have played that flag with low stochastic. See, I'll be honest, if you just go at every single flag on the 7-minute time frame, I'm telling you right now, it seems crazy and it'll be obsessive, but you'll win a lot of your trades. If you go at low stochastic, touching the 21 flags over and over again, you just go after that idea, And look at the divergence on the 7. It was very strong. Beautiful divergence. That was a liquidation, and we did get the move. I did long that. So you can say whatever you want about the lifers, but I did take that long. You get to take your daughter to piano. Some of the best memories was taking kids to their things. Amen. Oh, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to take my daughter to piano. Super excited. No, I'm very, very happy about it. It's one of my favorite times in the world. It just rushes the morning, that's all. And I seem to forget some things on the live. That's all. It's all good, though. I got to be, just pay attention. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Everything is your fault. My fault. Not your fault, but I blame myself for everything. That way it's better off. So look, 35,000 looks like we're going to go touch it. There's a big order being built up there. Suggests that we want to touch it. These big orders down here never got their 32.5, and they may never get it. A bigger whale could step in from these whales, and they may never get their orders filled. It could happen. Right now, it's suggesting that we will go higher and touch 35,000 before anything else for Bitcoin. And also, we just broke above a key level of resistance that I said I would not long unless we got back above it. That's a really good resistance area. Look, resistance, 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 wick, resistance, resistance. We're back above it again. I love what I'm seeing right now for Bitcoin. So I want to see the 7-minute. If the 7-minute can make some type of flag here like so, I would continue to long. And let's talk about last night. We made massive gains in the trading group. If you remember, Saturday nights, you got to come to the live stream. Because I work super hard. I'm exhausted working with my family and the trading group. Saturdays are usually it's funny, I'm the most tired on the live stream on Saturdays. And listen, last night, we gave you so many gems last night on the live. It was ridiculous. Number one, we did go over Loom, and it did get sold off, but if you were with me, we made some gains. I went over this last night. I talked about how BitTensor was doing what's called a retest. It had broken out and had retested the top of the channel. It was sitting at 80 cents last night, and it went to 83. You can see that. It's about a 4.5% gain overnight. 12%. I misspoke. We looked at it right there. 12% overnight. I gave this to you last night. I said that's a beautiful retest. I said I was also in the token. Low stochastics on the 1 hour, likely going to get a move to the upside. And lo and behold, we got a move of 12%. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Tau, BitTensor, or was able to figure out what a retest was last night and learned it. Tight moving averages, retest on the top of the channel. That was like, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but sometimes there's a gain out there. And 12%? Are you kidding me on a Saturday night? People got to be grateful. That is an amazing gain on a Saturday night. People don't get 12% in the entire year in the S&P. They get a regular 7% return on the S&P. Take you 10 years to get 70%. Bitcoin did 100% in the last year alone. You'd have to hold the S&P for 10 years to get what Bitcoin did. You're not going to get that move. Just not going to happen. All right? Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin is the answer, man. And did it decouple? It definitely did. Bitcoin has decoupled from the S&P. That's the name of the game today. We are in our own zone. We do not follow the regular stock market anymore. It's a wrap. That is old news, baby. We are not coupled with the S&P anymore. They do not hang out together. And this might make some type of bigger falling wedge here. Something like this before it makes a parabolic move. It looks like it's starting to go parabolic. I'm telling you right now, a lot of these new AI coins are starting to get picked up. VCs are starting to get in early. They want to dump on your face when the market rips. They got to build their positions now. And I mean, I could see this thing starting to do a moon city. So I would be paying attention to this. It didn't even hit the target yet at 98. I am in it, but I think it's, who cares if I'm in it? This is good tech. My team found it. I didn't even find it. Shout out to Jamie. And Jamie's going to start the investment arm, the Jamie Fund. And I'm just going to do whatever Jamie tells me to do for the next 10 months and make gains, UNFI continued to pump to the upside. We talked about it. We gave it to you. Then we gave you this little flag. I've been all over UNFI since it was in this cup and handle. You got to be patient. People are like, where are the gains? Well, they finally came to you. 64% off UNFI. Bang, bang, bang if you jumped on in. All right? And I was telling you guys about it. I was all over UNFI. My man. I even traded this puppy for gains. So if you're in the trading group, you're just going to constantly get setups all the time, every single day. For me and my elite, 5 people just always looking at the charts every single day. I talked about JOYSTREAM on the 786. I got in last night. It popped. All right. Nice little gain for JOYSTREAM off the 786. Every single coin I went over last night. I went over JOYSTREAM last night, 18%. I went over BitTensor last night, 12%. All right? I went UNFI, banged on them. I don't think I went over UNFI last night. But I talked about how this was at the 786. Someone even brought it up as a super chat. Said this is a good one right here. JOYSTREAM off the 786, 19% gains overnight. And we gave you these, like I went over all of this in depth last night. It's always grind time of the 99. GRT going to 22.5 the next few days. Sam is highly motivated and driven to show you the language of the charts and help you gain the education you deserve. Keep coming back to gain the edge in the market. This is a different type of channel. This is an educational channel that will teach you how to trade. You can trade any market in the world with what I teach you. The Forex market, Bitcoin, you name it. You know, the S&P, the NASDAQ. Take your life by storm. Become the one that produces it all for yourself. The throat goat going around. Better drink the lemon. The throat goat going around. You're funny. The goat throat. Yeah. We don't want that goat throat, man. Man, watch you before bed last night, all day, all night, baby. Shout out to Ayo Doji. Yo, Lifer, yesterday you said forget Gump taught you about trading. I rewatched it, couldn't find what you meant by that. Can you explain? Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump was simple. Like, he was a simple man. Like you know, they portrayed him in the movie to be someone of low intelligence. But at the same time, he made all the right decisions. He looked at the world in a simpler complex. He didn't make it too complex. He got it. Look for JOYSTREAM to make a flag and get back above the 200 SMA. This thing will go for massive gains. So watch this flag. Watch the 21 come into price action. Wait for the 1 hour to reset. I like what I'm seeing here for JOYSTREAM. Bit of a twisted Adam and Eve double bottom there. That's likely to play out. Look for us to flip the 200 SMA and continue to the upside for JOYSTREAM. I'd put an alert right here. And I'm watching JOYSTREAM in this flag for more gains. And I like this coin. You know it. Long-term hold for me. And yesterday I got greedy, man. I bought a lot of coins on the low. I bought more Bitcoin. It pumped. You know, my favorite movie, hands down. He taught Elvis how to dance. Exactly, right? R.I.P. Matthew Perry. Wow, Matt Perry died? That's crazy. Floki up crazy for the year, no love. And we talked about Floki sometimes. Yeah, no love for Floki. I'm not a huge fan, so no love. No love, baby. So look, 7 minute looks very interesting to me, like it could be making some type of beautiful flag here. 15 minute needs to come back down, but it's all about this 21-day moving average. So let's just see if we can make a nice flag. Weekly chart looking good. The daily closing nicely. Everything looking okay for Bitcoin. As it definitely just breached this trend line. I mean, that was resistance. That was a trend line resistance. This could be a bull trap. But right now, in my opinion, we broke out of this symmetrical triangle, which we were getting tighter and tighter in the zone. And we broke out of that as well. Listen, I got 4 minutes. We're going to talk about Bitcoin in its entirety, see if I see anything different. And we'll breach us back to where we were. But that was an inverted head and shoulder that broke to the upside. You can see it clear as day. All right? So, let's talk about it. Let's take away the moving averages for a split second. Let's see how fast I can do my Bitcoin analysis without playing games here. This is supposed to be your fast Bitcoin update. In and out, 20 minutes, and I'm gone. So we all know that we have a beautiful support system now at 31,800, where we clearly broke back above. We already know we're coming for resistance at 37.5. That's our next area. And then even all the way up to 47K. So we already know that. Everybody knows that. And we had a beautiful support at 25,200, right? So that's it. Like, you know, the double bottom broke to the upside. We clearly have support at 31,008 if we come back and touch it. But 34,000 doesn't seem to want to break no matter how much we keep trying to break it, right? The bears keep trying to break us to 33.5, and they can't seem to do it. Let's switch to the 3-day chart and see what's happening to the 3-day. Flip on our indicators for a second. Our 3-day chart is still very overbought. However, there's no divergence yet. And it tells me, look, the last time the 3-day got really high was right here. It was the beginning of the move. We needed some divergence. So it tells me that the 3-day could still pump here because we don't have divergence yet. All right, so right off the bat, I like what I'm seeing for the 3-day. We flip on the moving averages, And I told everyone, we're not bearish unless we broke the 200 SMA on the weekly. We got so far above that, it's ridiculous. That's usually the beginning of most bull runs. If you look at every chart in the world, when the 21 crosses the 200 SMA, when price action gets back above the 200 SMA on the weekly, that is the beginning of a bull run. Right now, we're bull run on. Like right now, we are in a bull run. Now, if we go back below this, fine. But right now, I'm telling you right now, we are in a bull run. Things are looking absolutely lovely. And look at this flag that I talked about yesterday. And it's just starting to get busy. And I would not be surprised if the ETF or something gets approved soon and we get the whole length of this pole to the upside. It's looking like it's going to do it. The daily will get pinned. The 4-hour and the 22-hour will break out. We'll get a bigger bullish divergence. This will come lower. And a bearish div. And that bearish div will be when we finally get our pullback. But this is telling me that a big move is coming. We're waiting for the 21 to touch, and it's about to happen. The daily, it should have dumped down to the 21. It did not. It went sideways. If we get a couple more times of sideways price action, look, we have a golden cross coming. You want to front run golden crosses on the daily. I see a big move coming to 42,000 for Bitcoin. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you going to miss the move? Are you going to miss the move? You know what I mean? Right now, look at the 4-hour time frame. Erupting, wanting to make a move to the upside inside of a bull, like a bit of a flag here. So when you look at the time frames that matter, I feel like it broke out. I feel like it almost was in a descending triangle. No, I do this. It was in this little flag here. And it broke out of the flag to the upside. Look at that. So the 4-hour right now has just broken out, clear as day, and it has momentum. No bearish divergence there. It looked like the bearish div already kicked in. We bounced off the previous low at 33,600. There happens to be support there. So very interesting. Now we zoom into the bigger time frame and we kind of take a look at what we're seeing here. And honestly, this was the pattern that played out last night. In my mind, it was like a bear trap, broke back inside the pattern, and then came on out to the upside. It's not amazing, and some could say, okay, we're range bound. We're inside of this range, and I'm with that. It could be a bullish rectangle of some type. And do we head back to the top of the range and get rejected? That could happen. But right now, I'm seeing a breakout of the bigger channel, and the measured move takes you further up, all the way to about 35,800, and that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Now, another thing is we waited for the 200 to get closer and closer to price. The closer we wait, the more likely we get a pump. Also, the 200 here was far away. We were supposed to dump to it, but it slowly crept into price action. And remember yesterday, I kept saying we're bullish or bearish. We lost the 200, but we got that divergence. That's where I longed right there last night, and we've been in the money ever since. Oh, no, maybe right there. I longed right there. Yeah. But we've been on the money ever since. You know what I mean? At about 10:30 right there. Yeah, 12. Yeah, exactly. And look, we got back above the 200 SMA. Bang. That's your indication to open up a long when you break back above the 200, 15-minute 2. And the shoulder, head, inverted head and shoulder. Now, I was bearish because I wanted to see us get back above this resistance at 34,250. If we couldn't get above it, I would expect more downside, period. And we did get above it right now. So right now, we're above resistance. Everything looking good. Can the 4-hour pin the 1 hour? Or do we go sideways? I would look for some sideways price action here. Look for maybe a retest or a flag on the 1 hour time frame. And we could continue to the upside in this move. Somewhere about 5, 6 o'clock, it's 9:30. We could start to get another move further to the upside. I would expect down, sideways price action after this little spike for Bitcoin. So I see a flag on the 1 hour and continuation here. The 22 looks interesting. The weekly still has momentum. If the 1 hour can continue to move sideways and this 200 can catch up to price action or close to it, we're going to get a massive move to the upside. The inverted head and shoulder did not hit the measured move yet, which is further up to about 35,156. So I got a measured move first off right here. So the bigger measured move is the big flag. Takes us to 42K. The smaller measured move is this flag that I want to see play out later on today to about 34,009, and then the inverted can take us above 35K. So I'm bullish for today for Bitcoin in the weekly close. And we got above the resistance that I talked about, 34,250. We had to get back above it. We did. If we stay above 34,250 and make a flag, touch the 21-day moving average, and reset on the stochastics, or even get halfway reset, we're likely going to get a continuation move to the upside today for Bitcoin. So watch Bitcoin closely. I see a continuation move. I got to jump on out of here for the day. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I love you all. God bless every single one of you for being here. The bear market has been so brutal. I no longer have any emotions to price action. That's what it's supposed to do to you. You know, I'm more interested in the monthly close, that macro. Well, we'll take a look at the monthly close too, which has been absolutely amazing. Let's take a look at that real quick before we jump on out of here. But I did the monthly on Friday, right? We broke that down. I have the macro. You guys watch my macro ideas every Friday afternoon around 3 or 4 o'clock, maybe 5. You're going to see me do Bitcoin macro ideas, all right? And a lot of people don't realize, they think I just do a YouTube, a live stream, but I make content as well. Go to my videos. We're doing crypto on the go. You're going to see tons of videos of crypto on the go a lot. But look, weekly technical analysis video. This is the macro for the Dow Jones, for Bitcoin, where I give you the macro idea. I called long on the Dow Jones and the S&P while everyone is saying we're going to the down. I'm showing you giant cup and handles about to move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. I do see sideways price action inside this flag. All right. The video has been so fire. Sam, you're looking good, by the way. I see the shoulder and the chest gains in the hot tub video. Thank you. I appreciate that. Solana is breaking out. Let's take a look at Sol real quick. I see it like eventually pulling back, but yeah, I mean, you got it in this flag here. You got it in a symmetrical triangle right now, but it's over the bottom of the 1 hour. I'd look for it to come further down. I don't know if it's going to break out. It might. Possibly. I'm still long Solana. I didn't get out of Solana. I mean, there was no reason to. It kept all its gains. Nobody sold it off. Been awesome. Last thing I want to show you is the BTC USD all-time history index. We'll take a look at the monthly. I mean, that's a flag for Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin's clearly in a bull flag. It wants more. If you can't tell, I mean, it wants more. Look at the coming out here. Stochastics say we're a little high on the monthly, but I've seen massive moves come out of that as well. And the monthly close is it's a bullish engulfing candle. Huge monthly close. Absolutely solid. So monthly close to me is very, very great. And also the beginning of a bigger cup and handle that can move to the upside. Look, there's a cup. There's your handle for Bitcoin. Sammy, cup and handy. Tells you that the monthly wants the moon all the way up to $48,000 too. So the monthly looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing on the monthly. Also, the monthly has hidden bullish divergence, which tells us that the trend will continue to the upside. Monthly is a little overbought, I'll give you that. And some people are starting to, some people are like, oh, there's bearishness. But honestly, I like what I'm seeing here for the weekly. We broke above resistance. I'm not a bull or a bear. If we break the 4-hour 200 SMA, I'll start to be somewhat bearish. And then we'll go for the daily. But until then, right now there's momentum. That's a flag. Smart move would be to trade that flag to the upside. Even though the moving averages are a little far apart, there's a lot of bullishness here. The ETF could get approved like tonight or tomorrow morning. Anything could happen. And you will miss out on the massive pump. I'd rather get stopped out a little bit here and then miss out on a massive pump for Bitcoin. So have the eyes about you. Pay attention. That's what I see happening for BTC, very simply put. And again, I'm open-minded. The smaller time frames will teach me, and I'll keep it working. But, I mean, that looks absolutely amazing for me. And Bitcoin did just breach a diagonal resistance. We'll go from there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I see Bitcoin in a flag on the 1 hour time frame when I get back tonight. All right. And so I see this 1 hour filling out. And I basically expect to see a nice little flag, or maybe even a little more of a short squeeze for Bitcoin. And BOOKMAP too. Link in the description to BOOKMAP. If you want to trade where we trade, where I was trading, we trade on MEXC. MEX Global is the place to be. Hit the link right here to MEXC. If you want to join the trading group, hit the link here. It'll bring you to CryptoLifer.com. 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 Join today. Jump into the trading group. Learn so much information from me and my elite traders and everybody else that I attract into my universe. I'm an awesome person. I believe that, with positive energy and good vibes, and I attract great people into my life. Become one of those great people and mesh with all the other great people in my life. Take advantage while I'm still here. So I'm looking for this sideways price action, touch of the 21, get a continuation. I do not want to see us lose 34,250. If we do that, it's going to be kind of a pain for me because then we're kind of back below the key range that I want to stay above. So that's what I'm seeing, a flag. And when I come back tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if we filled out the flag. We're somewhere over here and ready for a pump on the weekly candle close. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.